to DL Hughley calling out Monique for her comments during her Shannon Sharpe interview. And you want to know what's interesting? I truly feel like Shannon Sharpe's podcast, thanks to Cat Williams, who really set stuff off, is now about to become just a place where you go to tell your truth. The place where you go to tell your truth, unfiltered, uncensored, you know, and Shannon Sharpe can kind of just sit there and you know, and just let the interviewee go off. And just I can't even hate. I can't even hate. Shannon Sharpe got it down pat. Yeah, we gonna do a summary, but we just gonna present this video real quick. So let me go straight to it. So yeah, I actually first saw this video on Chronicle Speaks page. Shout out to her. And then I said, well, let me go, look at it for myself. So listen, I'm finna play it. This is DL Hughley's response to Monique. And we just gonna talk about it. So here we go.
It's getting messier and messier. It's almost like Wendy Williams didn't go anywhere. She just got a waist set. So Monique was on. Every time I see Monique these days, she's on doing some greasy ass video with her and her daddy complaining about something or working out. I don't know nobody that work out that much and gain weight unless every crunch you do has got Captain in front of it. But apparently she goes on Club Shay Shay and tells the story about how she came on my radio show and I wasn't there at the time. And my co-host Jasmine Sanders played a game that we played all the time with everybody called Would You Rather. She apparently was so offended by that she says she got off. She called me. Monique did, and she said I was very dismissive, like, Monique's a liar. When Monique did call me, I heard her complaints. I listened to her, and I pulled the segment. So if I had been as dismissive as she alleges I was, that segment would have aired. It didn't because I respected her wishes. She's a liar. It's also befuddles the shit out of me how somebody who has a comedian talks as much shit about everybody else as she does. She has the temerity to be offended about anything as much shit as you say about people.
Now, does D.L. Hughley have a point? I'm just asking, does D.L. Hughley have a point? I will say this. After, many years of watching these comedians on their radio shows and their podcasts, I have realized that comedians are like the most sensitive people ever, which is wild for me. Because I'm like, y'all all drag people for a living, like literally, but they are also the most sensitive people at the same time. I don't know how to explain it, or it's crazy. Why he looked like that? That's how he actually looked. Now, the crazy thing is he was sitting there talking, Grandpa sitting here talking. And I'm looking at his house like, damn, that's a nice ass house. DL Hughley been making money. That's a nice ass house out in LA. Now, Cat had these niggas shook. Monique got them shook now. I'm inclined to believe that Monique was telling some truth. Now, we're going to finish playing this. But isn't it also interesting how when two people tell you a story, they have completely different versions of what happened? And I'm like, it ain't two truths. It either happened or it didn't. So who lying, who embellishing? Like, I need them both in the same room at the same time. And let's really hash this out. Invite Monique and her daddy to the radio station. And let's just hash it all out. It either happened or it didn't. It either happened or it didn't.
Then she encouraged everybody, allegedly it stems from the fact that I used to always talk shit about her on video after video, and she encouraged her sweet babies to look at the video and find them. Do that. Do exactly what she says. And you know what you're not going to find? You're not going to find any evidence of that because Monique is a fucking liar. She's lying about that. But what you will find is Monique talking shit about some alleged contract dispute we had. Look at the ticket. It says DL Hughley, then Monique. She knows the story. But what she did in response to that, she talked about my dog, my wife. This broad even brought out my daughter's personal trauma. My daughter was molested, and Monique brought that shit out and told the world that I allowed my daughter to be raped in front of me.
Now, Monique did do that. Monique did do that. We're gonna be honest. Monique did do that. She did on her show, on her YouTube channel, put out that his daughter had been molested allegedly. She did. She apologized publicly for that. Oh, okay. And he said it first. He's okay, so he can't get mad if he said it first. Wait a minute, sir. That ain't how this works. Whatever you put out there, you can't get mad if somebody bring it back up. Oh, never mind. I take that back. If he put it out first, then there's nothing to be said. Then it can be commented on. Period.
Lying motherfucker. She knows she was lying. And it only stopped when everybody from my family checked her. It's interesting. You know what else you won't see Monique doing? You won't ever see her with her family, videos with her children or grandchildren, because nobody fucks with me. How do you have sweet babies when your own babies don't fuck with you? How do you love us for real when there's no evidence of anybody loving you for real, except your daddy, who you apparently have to pay? And FYI, daughters are paid for by daddies, not daddies who get paid by their daughters. You know what else you won't see Monique doing? Telling jokes. Monique, if she'd have spent as much time actually writing jokes and writing her Netflix special as she did complaining about not having one, it wouldn't have been trash. It got the worst reviews of any Netflix special in history, because that's what Monique does. She complains and she has grievances. You never see her being a human being. You never see her being sweet and warm to people, except when she's using it to butter somebody up to get something. There's a reason why everywhere she goes, shit starts. Everywhere she goes. How is it that nobody fucks with you? Not even.
Now, he got a point there too. Wait. Because even Monique spoke on this. Monique has, she has three kids. Monique's oldest son does not deal with her because he felt like when he was coming up, she was too busy chasing her dreams. That's what Monique has said. We really haven't heard the son's side, but I'll leave that there.
Your family. How do you, I was on the road getting it. I get it every goddamn week. Look at my schedule versus yours. See how much I'm going. And I still manage to have a relationship that I cherish with my children. Can you say the same? You can't. Because all you do is talk about your grievances and who did you wrong. There's a reason you're by yourself. There's a reason you got to pay a man to love you.
Oh, wow.
It's sad. There's an old adage that says you can't buy love. It's a shame, Monique, that you probably always will have to. Well, Shay is getting messier and messier.
Damn. Wow. Now, I will say this too. Even in listening to DL, kind of roast her, kind of address Monique, I did not laugh one time. I did not cackle, and I did not chuckle. But that's okay. Is it me, or am I the only one that likes DL better as an actor versus a comedian? Come on, stay with me. I know I'm not all the way off with that. I'm thinking of the DL Hughley show that was actually good. Brothers. What other movies was he in? I always like him as an actor, but I really wouldn't go see him live. Has anybody seen DL Hughley live? There we go. I don't know where the camera went. There we go. They said overrated. I can see that. Crystal said yes for New Year's. He was funny. Okay. Fair enough. I actually think Mike Epps is funny though. But I like Mike Epps better as an actor too. I have to be honest. I'm gonna try stand up one day. I'm telling you, I'm gonna try stand up one day. I'm gonna probably go somewhere, in a small little town where where don't nobody know me, and just I'm gonna do what they let you do 3 minutes, 5 minutes. I know somebody up in Chicago that'll let me get on stage, but Chicago don't play, and I know a lot of people in Chicago, so I'm just saying, you bomb up there, they might shoot up the place. Nah, do NYC here? I mean, hell no. NYC will hurt your feelings. STL, I may know some niggas. I ain't trying. I want to go somewhere where don't nobody know me. Do you see what I'm saying? Some smaller town, like maybe what's a smaller town I could go to? Maybe somewhere in Mississippi, maybe like somewhere in Arkansas, Indiana. I don't know. But one thing he didn't lie about, I really didn't like Monique's Netflix special either. I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, some of it was funny. It reminded me of the set I saw her do in LA, and like some of it was good, especially when she was talking about her sexuality and how she liked women. Well, hell, we always knew she was a damn bulldagger. We always felt that energy. We felt that stud energy through the screen, but Little Rock, okay. I've never heard of Ennis, Texas. The special was given trauma, right? That's what I'm saying. Don't do stand up in New York, man. They were I'm good. No, your stuff got to be together. No. I stay in Arizona and raised in Chicago. Yeah, they brutal. They are brutal. My people, I got a lot of people from Chicago. Let's see. Storm, you worldwide. We wouldn't know. Now if I go to or do I need to go to like a white town? Like somewhere like what's a white town? Nashville? Maybe like go to Nashville and get up and just but white humor is different than black humor. But am I white people? I don't know. I don't even know how to write a comedy set. How do you even write a stand-up set? I don't know. I was in Philly and they were brutal. Oh, I can believe it. Just go to the improv show up north and work your way to the black clubs in Chicago. Denver. Okay. How do you write your roast? You're halfway there. A lot of this is just off the top of my head. A lot of it's not written down. Like a lot of it, I just kind of like envision who I'm talking about, and I click in, and then I just go. And then before I know it, the show was over, and I don't really know what I done said. Storm might roast too hard, right? But you do good, and then off the dome. That's what makes it fun. Yeah, I'm just like yeah. Yeah, I was like, I definitely chill. Like I just kind of, I'm like, okay. With comedy, you have to feel the temperature of the room. Okay. Yeah, being a stand-up is more than just roasting people. True. You have to write it down and tailor it to certain audiences. Okay. I'm gonna definitely try it. Before this year is up, I'm gonna get on somebody's stage and do stand-up. Just a few minutes. Oh shit. Oh, okay, that's that watermelon. Love Jones said I want to be there. Nah, I ain't taking nobody with me the first time. I ain't taking nobody with me the first time. Maybe the second, third, fourth, not the first. I ain't telling nobody before I do it. Y'all might just see a video on Instagram like, why was Storm in Alabama? Damn, I feel like niggas gonna know me in Alabama though. Maybe I'll go to Seattle. Yeah, maybe Seattle. Get Lunel to help you. Yeah, I would have to pay her for sure. You might need her to dry your tears. Oh my god. Nah, I ain't got time for no crying now. What about Toronto? Now that might be a good idea. That might be a good idea. And I saw T.I. I met T.I. actually, but I saw his set in LA either last year or year before last, and his comedy set was okay. He had no business being a headliner. Like, I didn't like that. New Orleans. Okay, maybe. I'm thinking maybe Toronto. That might not be a bad idea. Come to Denver is very conservative. You will be fine. I don't know about that. Lil John said, I've been wanting to go to Canada. Comedy ain't easy. I know that. Damn candy. But no, like, I know how to do celebrity news. Like, I know that, but I'm like, how do you do like what would I talk about? And well, you talk about current events, but like, I don't know. But guess what? I have a YouTube channel. I can try it here. I can literally just like stand up, get a mic, and just talk about some shit. Let's see. Be sure to do "Oh Black Nigga." That is so funny. Boca Raton. Nah, you need to be live to really perfect the craft. That's a good point. Do you really want to be a comic or just that? Nah, I'm just dabbling. I'm just dabbling. I like what I do. I'm just dabbling. I'll try. I'm not gonna say I'll do anything once, but I'll try a lot of things just once. Focus your jokes on yourself, then nobody can say you copy. Ooh, talk about folks like every other comic. Kevin used his wife for material in his early days, so I would. Oh my god. Have you considered auditioning for SNL? I could. I could. I mean, I don't live in New York, but I could. Let's see. Good thing you're educated, lots to speak on. Big facts. Big facts. Ba, 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 ba. Matter of fact, let me look up SNL auditions. Let me see. This is February. SNL auditions. Oh, they seek you out. Okay, yeah, you can't audition for it. Oh, okay. That's pretty cool. SNL only has one black guy at a time. Yeah, that's true. Take Bernie's advice. Like Kat did, don't do your jokes at a venue. Do them at home first. Good point, Janine. You could talk about how I consider myself dark white. Storm, don't forget Swallowed Up and Drake. I don't know if I can talk about what Drake thing. I mean, I guess I could. Oh my god, that's funny though. Talking about how I consider myself dark white. Growing up around whites. Okay, I'm kind of seeing it in my head now. I'm kind of seeing it in my head. SNL's improv. Go to improv class. You can use us first and see what kind of reaction you get. Yeah, I mean, I could definitely be self-deprecating. Now that's pretty funny, you know. Why would Monique have to buy love? I'm confused. Well, he's basically saying that Monique is so loud and fat and black that nobody would love her. That's basically what DL was saying if you read in between them lines. Talk about your experiences. So, oh my God, I got so many. Oh my God. I mean, watching the soul leave a man body when his wife get by another way better than he's ever done. Her mate screams that he's never made her mate like, got some stories. You'll have fun and start to build a show around your training. Makes you stay quick and on point. Facts. Storm leaves YouTube. I ain't never leaving YouTube. I'm gonna always collect these checks. Google checks. Listen. This is too. I ain't saying it's easy, but you can have a good joke about code switching, the differences between black people, white people. True, those jokes tend to be universal, and you have experience in both spaces. Okay. I'm here for it. Take some improv classes too. Oh, I will for sure. I saw DL Hughley live. He's hilarious. So you saying DL is? By the way, why does he call himself DL anyway? You saying DL is better on stage? Got it. Monique's Netflix special was that's a fact. Speaking of Drake's Peen, are y'all following me on Twitter? Y'all better follow me on Twitter, damn it. Hold on, let me see. Can I pull up my Twitter? Y'all follow me on Twitter. What's my Twitter? Oh wait, well, I gotta see. I don't know what I can show. Let go to my profile. Okay. Do you have any friends who do comedy? I mean, not friends, but like associates. My bad. Follow me on X. Yeah, Tatted Nerd. Thank you. I low-key kind of want to change that Twitter name. I kind of like, but I'm like, damn, I don't want to throw people off, but I might do it. Squeaky Clean said I am free. Hello, Miss Samantha. Monique is a person not to have conversations with. She would drag you to filth. Monique is like anything you say will use against you in my crazy victim delusion of my damn. Well, I will say, don't say nothing to Monique that you can't stand on. Now that I do agree with. That I agree with. Don't stand on nothing that you don't say nothing that you can't stand on. I agree with that. What happened to Ted and Nerd on Instagram? They flagged it down. They flagged it. They flagged it down. Like I put up that Ted and Nerd Instagram. I think that shit was up for a couple days. That was it. And they flagged it for nudity. And I was like, I wasn't even nude at the time. Anyway, I was like, what the? Yep. Finna do some promos starting tomorrow. Yeah, we're back starting tomorrow. She needs to release that recording on Tyler Perry. I agree. I'm gonna start holding people to their word. Yep, that's what you gotta do. And I like how she says, you know, if you're not gonna say no name, leave it on the playground. You kind of can't be mad at that though. Like, be man enough or woman enough to stand on what you say, how you feel, or shut the fuck up about it. And if we all move like that, this world would be a better place. Oh, including me? Huh. Well, let me tell y'all now. Well, okay, well, we'll have a talk about that this weekend. Do you do classes and courses like everyone else or no? Yeah, just email me. Light skin wouldn't help Monique. She'll still be trashy and unfunny. Standing on business. Yes, stand on business. Stand on business. Monique lost 30 million or so. I respect her more than these dudes crying and being upset. That big facts. My Twitter, black tatted nerd, and I'll pop right up. Yeah, big facts. If you notice, Monique ain't scared to say shit, but Kevin Hart don't want to say nothing. Shannon Sharpe be pretty much all the men. Thank you, Lil Jones. Yep, stormmonroebusiness@gmail.com. Thank you, Lil Jones. Basically, it's like the women is the strength, and the black men be saying, I've been losing my money. Because, you know, they ain't shit without their money. They ain't got no friends without their money. They ain't got them exotical ass women without that money. You know, Kevin Hart to do anything to keep that money. He ain't shit without that money. He got to go back and date women that actually like him for him with that money. No more light skins for you. If that money run out, Kevin, no more light skins for you. Yep, Steve Harvey. Ugly niggas. Cat Williams, the only one that ain't scared. Facts. Did DL put on the dress? I don't think so. But I'm not sure. Winnie the Pooh, my bad. Says she's right about Tiffany Haddish. She needs a man. Let me tell you something. Oh, the Jenny, my boys. Hello, honey. Let me tell you something. And I don't mean no disrespect, but there are some people out here who need a husband or they need a wife. They need somebody to keep them in line and keep them in check. You know, some of us can self-govern. We're good. We do us. We're independent. I'm not saying my way is the best way. Everybody's not meant to live this life. Because just like I'm self-governed, it's all on self. It's all on these shoulders. Everybody can't handle that. I get it. Okay. But some people literally need, like, do this, do that, get up, go to sleep. Like, some people need that. Just like you have children who you can leave in the house by themselves and you know that they're good. And some kids gonna burn your house down by the time you get to the stop sign. By the time you get down the street, you ain't got no house no more. Come on now. Some of y'all got kids where you like, something go wrong, you got an emergency, you gotta go run and take Big Mama to the hospital. Your kid ain't nothing but 6, but you know you can leave little Jamarcus at home by himself. And then some of y'all got them kids where you like, I gotta throw this motherfucker in the trunk with me because I cannot leave. I can't do it. If you ain't got no babysitter, you just ain't going to work. Because you know you ain't gonna have no house when you get back home. She needs a handler. Yep. Accountability and structure. Another person who needs accountability and structure, Chris Sean. when she was in, when she was doing like her athlete shit, she really, it seems like she was thriving because she had discipline, structure. She didn't have to think for herself. They be too quiet or talk in circles when most speak. Yep. Why would she be cool with most of her family and they let her get molested? Ooh, it's a good point too. That is so true. I was riding with her for a while, but no more. She is just sick with her daddy raising her. And she explained the whole daddy thing. I kind of understood it though when she said it. Cause like basically she's not a good person. Like naturally, she's not a good, like I shouldn't say naturally, based off all the bullshit she's been through. And then she fucked around and got famous and got some money. And then she got a big mouth too and a big personality. She is just like left to her own devices. She is a mess. And she needs to be told, don't say that. Try that again, mama. You got to come back. Some people need that. Some people need to be told, don't steal. It's not okay to steal. Don't do that. Some people need that. I don't know. A lot of people wasn't raised. They was drugged up. They was dragged up. Like you can tell. I understood where she's coming from with that. Yeah, she broke their relationship down together. Yeah. I'm just saying, like, I get it. But why call him daddy? Listen, they feel comfortable with that. He called her mama or mommy. Wouldn't work for me, but I mean, whatever works for her. He told me, he told me to shut up and sit my fat ass down. So I sat my fat ass down. Oh my God. A lot of people don't know or understand you because a lot of people don't know or understand because they never been raised. That's a good point. Yeah. Like you can even tell I partially raised myself because I just do me. So it's just one of them things. You got to do what works for you. And that kind of relationship works for them. I'm not going to judge their relationship anymore. People have handlers and worse relationship. Thank you. Thank you very much. The TV raised me. Same here. Same here. Reality TV raised me. Pop culture, pop gossip. Same. Mm-hmm. Some women are stuck at 14, like she said. So they do need to be raised. Hate to say it, they do. We even have those people in our families that, like, they may be successful or not. They may, be a good or bad person or not, but you can tell they're not emotionally mature. They're just not. And some of them need that. I tell y'all something. Back when I was in Atlanta, I remember my therapist told me, wait, how did he put it? He was like, I can't wait to see you in a committed, loving relationship. And I cackled like, ha, like, what do you mean? And he was like, I just think, you need somebody good in your life and somebody to ground you and keep you still. And I was like, no. You fucked up when you said that. He said somebody to calm you down. I'm pretty calm. I think I'm pretty calm. Beyonce said Jay-Z taught her how to be a woman. Yep, and people was mad as hell at that. People was mad as hell at that. I remember when there used to be charm schools. Is there a male version of charm schools? But we do need to bring those back for sure. Tiffany does not have maturity or Tiffany is slow. No shade. It's military school. So you saying I need military school? I wish I would go to military school at damn near 31. The male version is ROTC. Damn, I missed that boat. That interview changed the world completely. I think people do not want others to be authentic, especially as Black people. Okay, that's a good point. But my question is, where are the men's schools? Snappy once said the reality show charm schools were only for women that did Flavor Flav and Rock of Love. I remember that. We need some men's schools. That's what I'm saying. We definitely need men's schools. Who's gonna teach these boys like how to change tires, how to change oil, how to fix shit, how to tie a tie, how to present yourself, how to do XYZ? Because we all know they ain't got no daddies. I mean, they got daddies, somebody they mama, but you know these niggas just drop a load off and go. Treating these vaginas like come and go, like wash and go laundry. They drop a load and go, set it and forget it. Supposed to be for your chicken, not your children, but whatever. I know, but they fathers ain't around, Thrift Queen. And then the fathers never been fathered. The problem is the fathers need fathering and never been. The fathers are failing to father when they've never been fathered themselves. Like they need fathering them damn selves. A lot of these grown ass men be looking for daddies. That's why they be like, calling Kevin Samuels their uncle and godfather, and calling all these men unc, and now they call Shannon Sharpe unc. He ain't your uncle. Do you not have an uncle? Gant to Gent was the male charm school. Bentley. Oh, I remember that. Yo, I remember that now. I know how to do most of that without a man that's called instructions. Stop depending on a man, women, learn it yourself. And when Kevin Samuels did it, it didn't do well. So he changed his content. Big facts. When I went back and looked at his old content, and it was all about it was actually some good stuff. And I'm like, wow, there is no money in male self-improvement. I stick by that. I will retire on that hill. There is no money in Black male self-improvement. The money is in pandering to women or dragging women. Point blank. What'd you think about Miss Netta and Charles getting BBLs? I think that shit look a hot mess. And I'm gonna be honest, all they finna do is get all that work done and then go right back to eating fried chicken and fried fish and spaghetti and bread, and the weight finna come right back. Whatever happened to Bentley, he lives in Atlanta with his wife and 2 sons. And he is out of the spotlight. Because men are lazy. Yes. I realized that too. like, especially the more I have, like, my black male friends, I start to realize, like, wow, like, things are really, like, the mindsets are really different between white and black, male and female. Like, I always knew we were different, but, like, after having black male friends, I know, like, we're different. And then you have me, and I can get along with anybody. I don't really give a shit. But, like, wow. Be careful of groomers when they start programming. That part. That's why my Mama Monroe, never let me join a Boy Scouts or none of that. I wanted to do Boy Scouts. Mama Monroe was not having that. She was like, nah, because they getting them kids. Hell nah. Fuck that. They do mother. She was not having that. I remember the commercials used to come on TV back in the late 90s, early 2000s. The commercials, or maybe infomercials. Anyway, they would come on TV. And she was, hell no. She was not having it. There is no support in the black community. None at all. None at all. Yeah, no, my mama didn't play that. It wasn't no riding in the car with nobody. It wasn't no spending the night over nobody's house. It was none of that. When I say strict, baby, strict. And her thing was, do I know that bitch? Do I know that little nigga mama? Do I know that good mama? No, you don't. Okay, then. Well, you can't go. And I'm like, but damn, how you gonna get to know anybody? Your ass work nights. How you gonna get to know anybody? But it was what it was. But she wasn't playing that. But I do have to say, I still, went through a lot coming up, but I never got fucked. So I'll give her that. I never got fucked. No shade. Ba. That's the era my parents are from. Yeah. My mama old school. What say did you let your mom have in your teenage years? What you mean? What say? I mean, I wasn't allowed to date. It was no dating. It was no sex. She's not gonna admit this now because she old and she want to get into heaven one day. But she would very much say, "Ain't no sex in my house. Ain't bringing no babies in my house." I mean, she still gave me her version of sex education, but it was none of that. It was made very clear. You break the rules, you up out my house. Period. There was no, I didn't run my mama, so there was none of that. And she was so afraid of like me being like my father. She just was tolerating none of that. Like, if you can't follow these rules, you gotta go. Like, she made it clear. Then it was always drama with my dad's side of the family. Then they didn't like the way my mama raised me, but they was a hot mess themselves, and they kids turned out to be a hot mess. And it was a lot. I mean, baby, they used to bicker, go at it like hood ghetto shit. Like, I'm so glad we didn't have social media back then, because that shit would have been awful. Who was the strict one, mom or dad? I mean, my dad was inconsistent in my life, but I mean, definitely I would have to say my mom then, but she was the primary parent. So I can't, that's hard to even compare, because it's not like, it's not like he really did his part, to be honest. That's me. I don't play. I had my daughter at 16. You have a choice but to do better. Yeah. Oh my God. Oh yeah. And she used to say, if you get one of these little bitches pregnant, you gonna go be your life. You gonna ruin your life. She said, I'm young. I ain't got no time for that. You almost grown. I'm finna do me after you graduate. I'm trying to think. We maybe had these talks. I was 14, 15, 16. So that would have made her 35. Yeah, 35 to 37. Yeah, mid 30s. So she was in her mid 30s, and she was like, I ain't raising no more kids. I'm done. Ain't no mother kids coming out this See, this is clothes. Like, she used to say that shit. Like, now y'all always be like, oh, your mama's so nice. Shit. She used to say that shit. This is clothes. I ain't buying no Pampers. I ain't buying no formula. And I'm not babysitting. Now she begging me for a baby. Now she begging me for a grandchild. Now she said, it don't matter. I can just drop it off. Now she getting worried. Now she talking about life and the future and what she want to see. And hopefully I see you walk down the aisle. And oh, now shit done changed. Before it was this shit gonna ruin your life. Now it's different. Now it's totally different. Oh. I talked about Monique at the beginning. If you don't want to listen, you can get off. It's okay. She ready. You mature now, right? Boy, don't they be switching up? they be switching up. She wants grandkids and great grandkids. Man, please. Now, you know what she had said to me a few years back? She was like, if I really had myself together, she was like, I would adopt a baby. I would adopt a baby girl. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm like, what? Like, I'm like, who is this? Like, what? It's a mess, though. Life changes, people change. What else we got? Storm, does your mama watch your show? No. Nah. She said I talk too nasty. Is your parents' toxic relationship the reason you feel the way you do about marriage and kids? I mean, I'm sure that has an influence, of course, but it's not about their toxic relationship. You guys have to just keep in mind that I was just literally taught that kind of stuff is just not that important. Having kids is not all it's cracked up to be. Go live your life, go travel, go get your education, focus on your bag, focus on having your own place and your own shit. You got plenty of time for that. It was just not stress. It was I was not raised though. You gonna get married and have kids. Like that was just not, my parents didn't stress that. My aunts and uncles didn't stress that. My aunts and uncles was definitely more about have your own place, have your own money, your own whips. I was the kind of life I was, how can I put it? I was basically taught to more live a bachelor type lifestyle, not a I'm not marriage minded at all, but I'm very individualistic in my thinking. So I don't really think as a team. I don't really do that. But it was definitely preach. Get your money, get your money, get your money. Don't depend on nobody. Never live with no woman. Never let no woman be able to put you out. Like it was just that's just how I was taught. I remember even my uncle, because I wasn't around the other uncle that much. But I remember like he's always been a bachelor and he's in his late 40s now. Got his own house is paid off, stable, good job, that kind of a dude. And women would come into his life. I mean, he kept a rotation of women. And oh my God, I even remember one time like walking past his room and he was on the phone with the girl talking about, yeah, I just gotta, you gotta relax. I gotta teach you how to take this big dick. And like, I'll never forget that. He was trying to tell her on the phone how to relax and take dick. Anyway, I remember he used to cuss women out. Like, bitch, you can get the fuck out my shit. You ain't running shit in here. Bitch, this is my shit. I pay for this shit. Yo, like, you get the out. Like I seen that. Auntie was the same way. Like, didn't let nobody run her shit. Like, nobody. Ain't no way. I put that on my dead granny, and she dead as hell. She dead as hell. Oh, he did. I'll never forget that conversation I overheard. Talking about, you got to relax to take this big dick. Wow. Oh my God. Man, my aunt was the same way, you know, and she definitely didn't let no man run her, period. But she fight niggas though, so that's a little different too. Yeah. Because I remember back in the day, like my dad and uncle, and even my older cousin, they used to have condoms on condoms on condoms. Like, they would come into my grandmama's house, just dump all these condoms on the table, all kinds of like flavor ones, this ones, that ones, magnums, Durex, double XL, ultra thin, like, just, it was an assortment of rubbers. And these motherfuckers just had hoes on rotation. They went to work, they went to the bar, and they got up, and that's the, like, you know, so that's why, like, when I got grown, I was like, this cannot be the social life I saw my parents and aunts and uncles have when I was a kid. Because I feel like when I was a kid, like, these niggas was always at the club, they was always at the bar. It was a little different, but I'm from the Midwest, so it wasn't shit else to do. Like, you know, you got your check on Friday or maybe Thursday night if you was with a credit union, and you fucking went to the club Friday, Saturday, and then you slept off your hangover on Sunday, and then you was right back at work Monday. Like, did he have a cigarette hanging out from his mouth too big? No, but he drank Crown Royal, and he always had a towel in his back pocket because he sweats. I'm talking about country, like, always had that towel in his back pocket because he sweats. They didn't hide nothing from you. No, I didn't get nothing here from me. That's why I'm off in the head now. That's why I keep telling people, you try to run game on me. I've probably seen it, boo. I've probably seen it. Yep, got paid on Friday. Yes, out all weekend, back at your. It wasn't shit else to do. I remember we used to go to Target for fun, and that was fun, going to Target. And y'all call it Panera, we call it St. Louis Bread Company, but that was what you did for fun. There's nothing else to do. Go to the mall and just walk around. Inflation done messed it up. Now these young girls too expensive. Oh yeah. But you know what's crazy? Even when I go back home to St. Louis, I can still go to a bar or a club and only pay $2.99 for a drink, or like, you know, it's one of them things. Grown folks had me in their business too. Yeah, I'm just saying. Where did you live? The east side of St. Louis. Those were the days, going to the mall, skating, movies, and just having fun. Yeah, those were the days, though. That is true. Damn, I'm just telling y'all all my business. I stayed at the bowl. What you know about that bowling alley? What you know about that bowling alley, Coco? You know where I learned how to bowl? It was actually the bowling alley that was in Cahokia, but I can't remember the name of it now. Do you know the name, Coco? I don't think we talking about the same place. I feel like this bowling alley was in Cahokia or maybe Belleville. But I literally learned how to bowl. What? Jamestown Mall, is it still even up? I think it's a ghost town now. I used to live down the street from Jamestown Mall. I remember actually, I remember when America's Next Top Model had their auditions at Jamestown Mall. I actually remember that. You ever met Nelly? I seen him on the highway once in his Lambo. So Nelly used to have a house. He used to have a mansion out in Lake St. Louis. That's the one, the mansion that's abandoned. That's in Lake St. Louis. That's far out from the city. But Nelly is from University City. Yeah, U City. Now, Sexy Red is from Normandy. And when I say Sexy Red, that's who she is. Sexy Red's not putting on the act. She's hood as fuck. I almost fought a girl from Sexy Red High School. I swear to God. And I don't remember her name. She was a little ugly girl, too. She transferred to our school. And I remember the first day this bitch threw a textbook at my face. The first, like, how you come into, like, how you do that shit on your first day in school? You throwing a textbook at somebody's face. Yeah, I know where Joplin, Missouri at. And this girl named Raven knocked the book down before it hit my face. It was a mess. It was a fucking mess. Always Normandy facts. I never went to one of Cahokia. It was mainly bit. Okay. So you sound like a scholar compared. Oh, now yeah, her high school was ghetto as hell. Sexy Red's high school was so bad they lost accreditation. I am pretty sure her school did not have accreditation. That means she wanted you. Hell yeah. If I would have beat her up, we probably would have been boyfriend and girlfriend after. Them girls was toxic. Ever tell y'all my Wendy's story? When I had to slap the girl at Wendy's? I told OG people, they know that. I worked at Wendy's. This was in Rock Hill, Missouri. And it was in a white neighborhood, but all the niggas that worked there was black because we all caught the bus to go work there. Anyway, this was back when I had like 2 jobs and I caught 2 buses and 2 trains to get to work. I've always kept a job. Anyway, this girl was always on my job. She was pretty. I don't remember her name either, but she was a little bit shorter than me. She was thin and she was real pretty in the face and she had hair like chili. Yeah, you remember? Yeah, she had hair like chili. I don't know. I think she was black, but I don't know. I get confused sometimes when black people have that kind of hair. Anyway, so I never forget, boy. She came, I guess, trying to flirt, whatever. You know, back then I didn't understand women. I understand now. And she was like, "Let me get $2 to catch the bus." Ain't this some broke shit? Let me get $2. I said, I ain't giving you $2 out my drawer. Mind you, they always had me in the drive-thru. They always had me talking to customers. I said, I want to work in the back. No, you're great with the people, and people love when they can understand you. Always on me in front of people. Anyway, so I never forget. I never forget. She fucked around and pushed me. And y'all know if you work at drive-thru, you know you got that magnet thing on the side and you lean and then that opens the window. And she pushed me and I fell back and that window opened before I knew it. I hit her with that. Dude! She said, she just stood there. Because she had a real little bitty head too. I like a girl with a little head. She had a real little bitty head too. So my hands ain't that big, but my hand took up pretty much her whole head. And she did this, and she went back to work. She went back to her station. I was just, and then of course I asked my dad about it. He said, "Yeah, you know, you're supposed to slap these hoes to keep them in line. Some of these bitches need a reset." Okay. I was just like, wow. I slapped the dog shit out of her. I met her mom the next day. We was cool as hell. And we was cool. It was like I had to slap her to get her in line. And once I slapped her, she was cool. She was cool. I was like, nah, I can't do this. Nah, I'm good. Somebody like that had you in jail. Nah, nope, no thank you. No, thank you. No, I'm good. I don't want nobody like that. But she was really pretty. I had a crush on her too. Don't get me wrong. But I was like, wow. I was like, so then I was thinking like, wow, you can't just talk to girls normal. You can't just be normal. Like, but yeah, I met her mama right after that and everything. Oh, here now she was 11 after, yeah, because I met her mama right after that. And she looked just like her mama too. Oh my God. I don't want to do that. I feel like we need to start teaching y'all children, black male and female children, like how to get along with one another without violence. You should not have to throw hands with your significant other to now, oh, okay, yeah, I'm gonna respect you now. Like what? Like that's wild to me. Did she introduce you to your mom? No, her mom actually came in through the drive-through. She was in the passenger side seat, and she said, "Hey, went by my middle name Chase." She was like, "Hey, Chase, this is my mom," and I'm like, "Oh, I can tell y'all look just alike," and we kind of exchanged some pleasantries. And her mom was just kind of looking at me like, "How you doing, young man?" I said, "I'm doing fine." They were really nice. They were really nice. I think her mom gave the vibes of like, have you ever seen the women in church that used to be a hoe back in the day? Like, I don't care how much they crump and curl their hair. I don't care how buttoned up their shirt is and how long that skirt is. Now, she used to pop that pussy on the headstand. That's the energy her mom gave. That's literally the energy her mom gave. But cool as hell. But no, that's not healthy, and that's not. I don't. I'm not trying to lay my hands on nobody. I'm good. I'll just stay by myself. I ain't got time for that. Reform Jezebel. Yes. I kind of be wondering sometimes, like, where these people at, because I feel like when I become famous, these motherfuckers gonna start making TikToks of like, yeah, I used to work with him and he used to blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel it coming. Like, even with Victoria Monet, she won that Grammy, and then her ex schoolmate showing the yearbook, and I went to school with her. Oh, I kind of like I know it's coming for me too. Like, I know it's coming, but I'm like, oh, like, don't tell nobody I went to school with you. Like, I know it's coming though. So her mom wanted you to. No, I think she was talking about me to her mom, and her mom just wanted to just put a face to the name. We would have been fighting. Yeah, we just would have been fighting. Me and my manager got into it at Wendy's too. He started throwing burgers. I started throwing burgers, buns, spatula. It was some crazy shit. I'll tell y'all that story later. That was a whole nother. It was just ghetto. It was like, why you always gotta fight ghetto people to get along with them? It's like, I almost feel like, is this a gang? Is this jail? I just gotta fight to get that out the way. Then we could be cool. Think about it. Even like with Black Ink, you had to fight somebody first, then they was cool. But you had to fight them first. I'm like, this is some gang initiation type shit. What is this? It's like you got to get jumped in. Like, yeah, like, what is that? Oh yeah, that manager had me fucked up. And what was crazy, we did all that, right? Throwing buns, burgers, mind you, frozen fucking patties, spatulas, all kinds of shit. Did all that. I left. I think that was maybe a Thursday. I was due back at work Saturday. I called him like, I quit. I'm not coming back. He was like, oh my God, why? I'm like, we just had a whole altercation. Like, I'll be like, it's not clicking. It's not clicking. Have you ever put your book out so we can get all the stories? Yeah. Wichita want to do my book. Who won? Did y'all fight? You should have let them fire you unemployed. I have one thinking nothing about that at 16, 17. I'd have been 17 years old. We didn't fist fight. We threw shit at each other though. Storm needs to do a master class on black. Listen, and somebody got the video. That's the thing, because that shit was recorded, so somebody got that tape. Who threw the first patty? No, he threw a spatula first. But what he did was he threw it in my general direction and had me fucked up. I'm nowhere near you. You ain't got no need to be tossing no spatula near me. Don't toss shit near me, period. Like, he tried me first. Because I had been working all day, and bitch, I'm finna go home. I'm not staying here all night. I gotta go to school, bitch. I'm going home. Cause like I worked with a bunch of teenagers, but they either all went to like night school, alternative school, or had like their GEDs. So they didn't go to school. I was the only one that actually went to school. Should have sued them, yeah. But it's all good. Oh shit, or maybe I'm toxic because I mean I just moved on. Like I'm not coming back to this shit. Who is this? Okay. Storm was bougie and he was the Midwest high school job. No, let me tell you, I hate to admit it. The littest job I had in high school was Waffle House. Like, and when I say Waffle House is ghetto, Waffle House was ghetto. Ghetto. But you know what's crazy is that every job I've had, I never get training, and I always end up running the shit. Like, I start, there be a manager there, and then they just disappear. Oh, you'll be fine. What you mean? Bitch, I just started this job. You be like, what? That's why I don't even want to work for nobody. I always end up still working by myself. I'm just saying. My first day at Baskin, I'm just telling you all my business. My first day at Baskin Robbins. Literally, get there, all the white guy, oh, welcome. Oh, it's nice to have you in, Chase. Oh, nice to meet you. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Get my gloves, or get my hands washed, get my gloves, my little apron. So I'm gonna be on the roof for like 5 hours fixing some. So, you know, call me if you need me. I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what? So how many jobs you had? I've had so many jobs. I worked at Busch Stadium, Six Flags, Wendy's. I worked at Wendy's and Baskin Robbins at the same time. Waffle House, Come and Go, which is a gas station. I think they turned it into Casey's. I had some on-campus jobs. I've worked several security jobs. I've been a trash man, customer service representative. I've been social worker. I still feel like I was a teacher at some point, but I don't quite remember. I've done the valet waste. I've done that, and that was actually a cool job too. Amazon. I briefly worked at Papados. So yeah, I've had 1,001 jobs, but But the last job was Amazon. Yeah. Let's see. Did I cook at the Waffle House? Yeah, sometimes I had to. Especially late night shifts. Like sometimes I did late night shifts. I remember I did like a 24-hour shift at the Waffle House. I was hustling for that money. Do you hear me? Storm, yeah, I didn't ever tell you that. I always kept multiple jobs. Always. Like I will take my black ass to work. Yeah, I have had a million jobs. Did you like Amazon? Hell nah. Amazon work you like a slave. Like I just Amazon, that's the worst job I've ever had. Like even driving that truck. And then I remember like sometimes you would come in and they ain't had no truck. So we had to go drive U-Haul vans and we was delivering packages and U-Haul vans. They always gave me the routes in the all white neighborhoods, had to go across that bridge. It goes right over Lake Lanier. I think that it goes into Cumming, Georgia. I was always out there. I'm in these trailer parks with Mexicans and pit bulls, and I would go to some of those houses were nice, but I would go to certain neighborhoods and they would have these like black dolls. They weren't voodoo dolls, but they were like black skinned with like a hat, and they would have them set up in their yard. It was just some weird shit. Ran into a Nazi once. He walked up on me. He was real nice though. And I was looking for his package and it wasn't there. But like I said, I'll never forget. He came out no shirt and had a big ass swastika on his chest. I was like, oh my God. Like Jesus Christ. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about with them dolls. I just don't know what they call. Garden Negro Philly. Wow, that's what it's called. Jeez, yeah. Not a nice. He was actually a nice Nazi. I mean, I ain't stay too long in his yard. Don't get me wrong. I wasn't finna make conversation like that. But he was actually very nice. He might, but who knows? He might have been in prison, had to get the tattoo in prison. You just never know. But the crazy thing was the trailer park trash, the racist whites, and and the poor Mexicans in the trailer parks, they was the coolest people. When I went to those real nice white neighborhoods and real nice, it was some black ones too. They was the snobby ones. Get out of my yard, bitch! I gotta give you your package. You know what I'm saying? And then oh yeah, they always gave me that route. I went right over Lake Lanier. I crossed over Lake Lanier so many times, it was ridiculous. And then the thing about Georgia is that a lot of people have these houses at the bottom of a hill. It rains all the time, so it would be all mud, and your shit would get stuck. It was just horrible, terrible. I stayed at Amazon. Let's see, I moved to Atlanta July 2019. I probably started with Amazon in September of 2019, and then I quit in November of 2019. I already talked about Monique. I already talked about it at the beginning. Okay, well, let's do this. I'm gonna go ahead and ban you because some of y'all doing too much. Now we just on her talking. Sundown Towns, be careful. Yeah, it's true. Storm, do you like the name Chasley for a boy or a girl? Chasley. Sounds like a girl's name off top. But you could do either. Mm-hmm. You know the recurrent theme about delivery man? Storm, I'm eclectic and I'm with it. Yup. You know what? You are funny. Yeah, but there's yeah. Whatever you want to name your baby, name your baby. There are dudes named Kendall. That's very true. That's very true. It's just like I met dudes named Dominique, and I thought that was a girl's name, but I went to school with boys named Dominique. Or what's the other name? Diamante. I thought that was a girl's name too, but whatever. Some people think Storm is a girl's name. It's technically unisex, but whatever. This is all great material for your eventual stand-up. True. I feel like though I've lived more life in the last few years, so like now I could do it versus back in my mid-20s. Storm, my birthday is Valentine's Day. Please do a live that day. Oh, a happy early birthday. Let's see. Dominique can be our friend. Stay away from Jalen Jaded. Lord. If you had to go on a job now, what would you do? That's a good question. If I had to go get a job now, what would I do? I would want to do something in social media or production or I'm not sure. I don't know. I just need to come up with a lie because people is always asking me, what you do for a living? What do you do? What do you do? What do you do? And I'm like, why does it matter? You just met me. Why does it matter what I do? You just literally met me. Ooh, excuse me. Probably why I love working remote. I don't like people fat. Social media manager. Yeah, I would probably do something like that. You give me project manager in a Hollywood setting. Could see that. When people ask, I don't be wanting to be rude though, and it happens more and more the older I get. Like it's like people ask, "What do you do? Are you married? Do you have kids?" It's just like, "Hi, like, can we talk about something else?" You know. Storm as Drake inspired. Now they were telling me on my Twitter, I said Drake got all these niggas on my timeline tripping. Like, I'm like, wow, the power of Drake got everybody wet noodling. And they was like, Storm, we waiting on yours. And I'm like, okay. I don't know. I might post it I was supposed to post it this morning. Maybe I'll post it in the morning, or maybe just post it overnight and then just let people wake up and see it first thing in the morning. Because I don't think people really on Twitter this time of night. I feel like you would be 7 tax. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like you'd be a good interrogator. I did that when I was a social worker. Sometimes we have to interrogate. Those are personally, yep, that's true. People ask that to try to calculate how much you make exact. And my thing is, I'm never gonna be someone I'm always gonna downplay whatever I make, whatever you think. I don't even know what you're talking about. What money? I don't know. Like, I just, some of these people, they get online, they get in these battles, and they trying to prove, oh, bitch, I make this, I make that. You can call me whatever. Call me Dusty. Talk about my Target, Walmart. Somebody commented, was like, "Oh, you the king of Walmart shirts." Oh well, I don't give a damn. I think I'm gonna start singing that. I'm a sugar baby. There we go. You're natural to say anything in media. Regular job isn't gonna lead you to your full potential. Big facts. Big facts. You'll be a good manager in entertainment. I agree. Wait, what if I say I'm a house husband? Is that a thing? Wait a minute. I could say that. TikTok boot camp. How do I do it? I could say that. I could say I'm a house husband. A stay-at-home husband, yeah. You need your own talk show. Amen. Tell somebody, tell SiriusXM to cut the check. House sitter. Do you know how many months Ashanti is? I don't know. It's a little hard to tell. I think she's probably about 6 months, but I could be wrong. You be the Olivia Pope, Oliver Pope. That translates gay. Let them think I'm gay. Who gives a damn? Gay people got bread. I don't hate to tell y'all. My baby daddy dressed like you, very understated, but he damn near me. That's what I'm saying. I just don't care to spend my money on clothes. Like I've tried it. And you know what? I'll be like I just want to spend my money and travel to different places. But when I travel, I want to be able to afford like first class tickets and like really nice hotels and really expensive restaurants. But I just don't care to put it on. Like I'm country. I just don't care. I went to a party where pretty much everybody was a millionaire and they were dressed. I mean, they were very regular. You know, most of them were white. It was one black lady there and I think one Asian. But everybody had regular clothes on and some of them did drive like some BMWs or like, you know, a really nice car, but it wasn't like they were Gucci down and Louis down and yeah. Well, Love Jones know what I really want to do. I really want to sell all this shit and just travel the world. Like that's what I really, really want to do for real, for real. Like, but like the clothes, the this, the that, I don't, I can do it. I just don't care about it. Yeah. Midwest have a bunch of millionaires and they live in modest home. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Even when you like splurge and get a big ass house, you be like, I'm only living in like 2 rooms. You can only use like one bathroom at a time. Like, I don't know. It's all subjective. So Love Jones said, I'm going with you. I heard that. You have great career advice for the likes of Sheree. Facts. Speaking of that, matter of fact, speaking of that, so Kenya's coming back to Real Housewives of Atlanta. Portia's allegedly coming back. I think they should have Kenya. I mean, since they got Kenya Portia, I think it should be Kenya Portia, Drew. Bring Latoya back. Latoya just had another baby too. That's 4. Bring Kim Zolciak back because that's a lot of good content. All that shit her and Corey is going through, and then 1 or 2 more people. Have you heard of Crooked? No. I never heard of Pastor David E. Taylor. Boom. That's why I think even if I do get a place here, like I think a tiny house is perfect because you're not paying a lot for it, especially if you're gonna be gone all the time. So that's just my opinion, you know. Folks do what they want, but Kim gonna bring her. Now I want to see Kim as humbled. Tiny houses or the future. Jada Cheese. Okay, I could do that. Are you planning? I'm gonna look into that. How do you feel about Salt Lake City reunion? That girl, is it Monica? That was the internet troll that made it onto the show. I think that shit's legendary. I think if you make it from a troll page to actually on the show of the people that you trolled, to me, she earned her seat. The whole season was about her too. Like, she came in there, basically did nobody know who she was, what she was about, and just made a place for herself. Let's see. Sorry, I don't know why my damn nose so dry. Excuse me. Shit. Okay, that's pretty much it. So we go. All right. So love you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I will catch you all later.